Hello everyone. Today we will learn Lines Written in Early Spring, a poem written by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth, who is commonly known as a nature poet and who is an eminent romantic poet, has spent most of his early childhood amidst nature. Therefore, he believes that nature and its company gives us joy. Nature has always been treated as a living entity by Wordsworth. In our present poem, Lines Written in Early Spring, Wordsworth has personified nature. Personified. What is personification? Personification is a figure of speech where a human attribute is given to non-human entities. So, nature has been treated as a supreme power in the present poem. The poem contains 6 stanzas of 4 lines each, which is known as quatrains. A stanza containing 4 lines are known as quatrains. So, we have 6 quatrains in the poem with a rhyme scheme of A, B, A, B. That is, it gives a proper rhythm to the poem. When we read aloud the poem, we get a proper rhythm of the poem. The poet who is amidst nature, sitting under the trees in a grove, he feels the joy. What joy? Joy that nature gives him. But while he is sitting there, he thinks of the miseries that humans have brought and the disharmony that humans have created between nature and that of himself. So let me read aloud the poem once. Lines Written in Early Spring by William Wordsworth. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sat reclined. In that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair walks did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Through primrose tufts in that sweet bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths, and it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. The birds around me hopped and played. Their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? So, the poet is amidst nature. The poet is sitting under the trees and he recalls the happy moments. He looks at the natural creatures and he tries to measure the happiness they are enjoying amidst nature. The poet is initially confused and he cannot come to the conclusion that whether the creatures are really happy. But finally, he concludes that yes, the creatures are happy. The poet in the concluding stanza of the poem says that he has enough reasons to lament that the condition or the miseries brought by the man is because of man himself. I heard 1,000 blended notes. The poet hears the 1,000 blended notes. Now tell me children, 1,000 blended notes. Can we hear 1,000 blended notes or 1,000 things at once? We cannot. So this line is an exaggeration. The poet is boasting on the fact that he hears the 1,000 blended notes. What are the blended notes? Blended here refers to mingled notes, the mixed notes. While in a grove, I sat reclined. Where is he? He is in the grove. And what is he doing? He is sitting reclined. That is, he is lying back and he is sitting. He is relaxing amidst the nature. In that sweet mood. So the poet is in a sweet and happy mood. What happens when he is sitting and relaxing in a sweet mood? When pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. So when the poet is amidst nature, sitting under the tree, rejoicing in the nature, in a sweet mood, in a relaxed mood, he thinks of pleasant thoughts. That means the happy moments, the good thoughts, and this good thoughts brings with it the sad thoughts to the mind, the sad moments to the mind. To her fair works did nature link, her fair works. So her, nature is always regarded as she. That is, I told you, nature is personified. So nature is acting as a human. So what is nature having? She is having fair thoughts, good thoughts. Nothing bad is in the mind of nature. Did nature link? N with a capital N. Nature, so the supreme power, the divine power Wordsworth wants to give to nature is evident with N-A-T-U-R-E, the capital N. What has nature linked? The human soul. That through me ran. Human soul refers to humanity. From where this humanity is? That runs through each and every individual. The human soul, we all are blessed with humanity that ran within us. And it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. So he is amidst the nature, he is thinking of the good days, the happy moments which has brought the sad thoughts, and he thinks, and while thinking he is sorrowful, he is grieving, he is saddened by the fact that what man has made of man. Man has made of man. This line is alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is the repetition of consonants. So what man has made of man, this line is a refrain. Refrain means the line is repeated again in the last stanza of the poem. Why is it a refrain? This line has been used as to emphasize on the fact that man himself is responsible for the miseries brought to mankind. No one is responsible, not even nature, only man is responsible for the miseries brought to nature. Now he will take names of few natural creatures. The birds, the plants, in an orchard what we get? We get the birds, the plants and different natural creatures. So the poet takes names of few natural creatures. What are they? Through primrose tufts in that sweet bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths. Primrose tufts. Tufts means bunch of flowers. So primrose is a flower. Through primrose tufts in that sweet bower, the grove is sweet, the bower is sweet. The periwinkle trailed its wreaths. So periwinkle is a flower which grew along the ground. It trailed its wreaths, and it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. So the poet is where? Amidst nature, he observes the periwinkle and the primrose, and it is his faith, that is, it is his belief that every flower, each and every flower there enjoys the air it breathes. So air, the flowers are enjoying the air. So again, this is personification. So the flowers are enjoying the breath. They are enjoying the air. They are happy. The poet tries to observe the happiness of the natural creatures who are surviving in nature. The birds around me hopped and played. So the birds are hopping and the birds are playing. Again, playing of the birds is personification. So the birds around me hopped and played. Their thoughts I cannot measure. So the poet cannot measure the thoughts of the bird. What the birds thinking? Why are they hopping? Why are they playing? The poet cannot measure that. But the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. So the least movement, the minimum movement made by the birds was what? Was reflected the thrill, the excitement of pleasure. That is the excitement of happiness. So nature and its natural creatures are happy to stay with each other. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air. So budding twigs, the twigs are the growing trees, the small plants which has been planted in the orchard. They spread out their fan. So they spread out their branch, they spread out the leaves like this to catch the breezy air. So why do they spread out their fan? To catch the breezy air, the cool, calm air. So you see that they enjoy the air, the natural creatures enjoy the air, at the same time they try to catch the breezy air. So the twigs trying to catch the breezy air is again personification. And I must think to all I can that there was pleasure there. So when the poet was observing all these things amidst nature, what he felt? He felt that yes, finally he concludes that yes, that they are happy. All the natural objects, when they are amidst nature, they enjoy each and every element of nature and they are happy. If this belief from heaven be sent, so what is the belief from heaven? If such be nature's holy plan. So mark these words, nature's holy plan. It's very important. Nature's holy plan. Nature is again personified because plannings are often done by human beings. But here nature seems to plan. What is the holy plan? The plan that man and nature should be in harmony with each other. They should stay in harmony with each other. So this is the plan of nature, that we are supposed to be in a harmony with nature. So if this is the belief from heaven be sent, so this is a divine belief, this is a belief, this is a universal belief which is sent from the heaven, that yes, nature and man is supposed to stay with each other. This is the holy plan. Have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? So the poet says he has enough reason to lament upon the fact that yes, man himself is responsible for whatever done to man. The miseries, the condition of humans which are deteriorating day by day, this is because of man himself. Nature has not done any harm to man. Nature has always been with a happy relation with man and its creatures. But it is man who for their benefit is utilizing nature, who for their benefit is creating a disharmony with the nature. What man has made of man is a refrain. It was, the line was in the second stanza of the poem, which is again repeated in the last stanza of the poem to emphasize on the fact that it is man who is responsible for his deterioration, for the miseries, for the pains which man is undergoing. It is only man who is responsible for this. So children, Lines Written in Early Spring is a typical nature poem where the nature poet has emphasized on the fact that nature is a divine entity, nature is powerful, nature is she, her fair works, nature is attributed as she, nature is personified, and nature does everything to be in harmony with man and nature. And it is man who himself is responsible for the miseries brought to mankind. Thank you, students. Keep learning.